We have a budget, and it's a reasonable budget. It's workable. It's not ideal. It's not what we wanted at the outset of the regular session, but yeah, there was a lot of good work that was done.
A special session to address pandemic relief and the state budget now over. Thanks for joining us. The $34 billion spending plan was approved unanimously by both the House and Senate.
That vote came about an hour before the end of the special session, and this is the second time in Louisiana history that lawmakers called themselves into session. The new budget expands and extends business tax credits, exemptions, and incentive programs. Republican lawmakers pitched the bills as coronavirus recovery measures. Those tax cuts will cost the state an estimated $230 million in tax revenue over the next 5 years. And although not everyone is pleased with the final outcome, lawmakers and the governor alike are happy to have completed the budget. 3's on the Street, Chris Welty in Baton Rouge with reaction. Chris.
Lawmakers and Governor Edwards calling this special session historic, saying a lot of great work was done, but there's more to be accomplished.
We don't have time.
Lawmakers and the governor acknowledge the challenges COVID-19 presented, especially with limited public interaction.
I actually felt like the communications between myself and my staff and the speaker and the president and other legislators was actually really good.
Among the issues, the House and the Senate both approved a bill designed to limit lawsuits against car insurance companies in the hopes it will lower insurance rates.
This is the step one over the next 4 years, how we're going to try to create a better atmosphere, a more business-friendly atmosphere, especially in the area of torts.
The legislature set aside up to $300 million in federal aid for small business grants in the regular session and agreed to millions of dollars in business tax cuts in the special session.
As you know, it's always a balancing act. Tax breaks, we believe, are used to incent business, which will bring our economy back, which provides jobs, which provides revenues for the government to operate.
And I think that when we get into the October time frame, it'll be time to have our EC meet, look at revenue, look at the economy, see where we are relative to their forecast, what revisions, if any, have to be made.
Also passed a one-time $250 hazard payment to healthcare workers and other frontline employees amid COVID-19.
Republicans and Democrats stood together to show our appreciation towards not only police officers, but EMT workers, other essential workers.
Though the budget did win final approval, nearly $60 million planned for state worker pay raises was stripped, a move the governor opposed.
We set aside more money than we ever have in the rainy day fund so that we can possibly address further economic issues in October when we look at basically a mid-year point for our fiscal budget.
Governor Edwards says expect another special session later this fall, depending on further economic impacts on the economy from the pandemic. 3's on the Street in Baton Rouge, Chris Welty, KATC TV3.